my favorite items from Trader Joe's. I'm actually gonna go through my Trader Joe's pantry favorites because I have a lot of favorites. These are really just like the staples, the things that I always have my pantry filled with. If you haven't been to Trader Joe's before, hopefully this helps as kind of a guide into some things to try. I go to a mix of grocery stores. Trader Joe's isn't the only grocery store I go to. These are things that I make sure I always get. So let's get started. So, first thing I want to talk about are nuts. So Trader Joe's has a really big variety of different nuts. Some of my favorites are the raw whole cashews. I love them very much, and I know they're just cashews and they're raw, so they're not even baked or have seasoning, but I love them. And this is a big bag. The thing about Trader Joe's nuts are that there's a big variety, and then they also are decently priced. So you're able to get a lot of different nuts for a lot of good prices, and I'm a fan of that. So I have some raw California baking nuts, and then I have some Marcona almonds. So these are new to my rotation, but I absolutely love them. They're just delicious and a new discovery of mine, so I figure I'd share that with you. So this is just the roasted and salted truffle Marcona almonds, which are really delicious. As you can see, they're almost gone. And these ones have rosemary, and they're very good. As long as you're a rosemary fan, you'll love these. So nuts, great thing to get at Trader Joe's. Definitely, if you don't know what to get at Trader Joe's, nuts are a go-to. So, similar to nuts, dried fruit is something that we always get at Trader Joe's. So this is just the mango slices. And make sure to get the unsulfured and unsweetened version. The ingredients are just dried mango. Simple, delicious snack, something that I always have stocked in the pantry. So to pivot a little bit, I want to talk about cheese. So the thing about Trader Joe's is so many to choose from. I definitely have not tried them all. So let me know if you have a favorite that I should try. My favorite and my go-to that I just make sure I always have in the fridge is the unexpected cheddar cheese. So the thing about all their cheeses is that they are pretty inexpensive as well, along with the nuts. The cheese is one of those things that they're pretty well known for. And the unexpected cheddar cheese, it's pretty succinct with its name. It is not just a cheddar, okay? So it's not just a cheddar, it also has kind of hints, well, it says right here, it tastes like an aged premium cheddar with hints of Parmesan. And that's exactly it. So it tastes like a more refined cheese. I'll have this with crackers. I'll also have this on top of like a pasta dish with sprinkled, or it actually kind of crumbles when you cut it. So like crumbled cheese on top. It's just the perfect addition. So I really enjoy it, and I think you should definitely try this one out if you haven't already. Aligned with the cheese game at Trader Joe's, things that I always make sure I have in my pantry, or in this case in my fridge at all times for cooking, are the shredded mozzarella cheese. This is just the plain shredded, normal milk, low moisture, part skim mozzarella cheese. We use this for pizza, pasta dishes, lasagna, really anything. A lot of times we just use this for pizza a lot. So mozzarella cheese, if you have pasta dishes, if you make pizza at home, this is definitely a go-to. It's like a lot of cheese in this container, and pretty inexpensive. And then I have the fancy shredded Mexican style cheese. I love me some tacos, burrito bowls. I mean, you can add cheese to a lot of things and it's gonna taste good. So I highly recommend this fancy shredded Mexican style cheese. It's simple, delicious, and a pretty reasonable price. So with cheese, you need crackers. So that's the next thing I'm gonna talk about. So my two favorite crackers that I always make sure we have stocked in our pantry are the Social Snackers, which is just like a very basic, kind of like those club crackers, very similar. I just always make sure to get them at Trader Joe's. They're just they're like buttery, they're just like perfect. And they don't get stale. That's the problem sometimes with these types of crackers. So I definitely always go out of my way to make sure we have this in the pantry. And then my favorite cracker that I eat on a more regular basis, the multigrain crackers. Again, pretty basic. I like these a little bit more than the social snackers just for every day, because you can have 14 crackers and it's only 150 calories. So there are the nutrition facts in case you're interested. I mean, this is like #1 pairing right here. Very good snack. Cheese, crackers, throw in some berries, you're good to go. Next thing, kind of pivot into snacks. So one of my favorite snacks to have on hand are the Trader Joe's Pretzel Slims. So what's special about these Trader Joe's Pretzel Slims? Well, I really like the size and the texture of them. So they're like a little bit smaller than usual, but you can have 23 pieces. So that's a serving, 23 pieces. It's only 110 calories. The reason why I love Pretzel Slims, again, back to cheese, have these with some cheese. Another thing I like to do is I like to have these pretzels with like chocolate hummus or any sort of like dip. I'm really big into dips, so any sort of dip, these are a good companion for. Maybe in the future I'll do a video talking about all the dips, because I definitely have some thoughts on those. The pretzel is really salty, which I love, but it warrants a sip of water. The other snack that I really enjoy from Trader Joe's, and I always make sure we have in the pantry, are plantain crisps. I will say, so something really important to note is that they're like super crispy. They have like a thin cut, but they seem like almost layered, very textured, and they're delicious. So if you like tostones or plantain chips, I should say, these are like the best plantain chips. I've tried a lot of different plantain chips. I've made my own plantain chips. My Wells plantain chips are the best, but these will do. You hear that crisp? They're really good. That's gonna warrant another glass of water. Okay, so pivoting over to breakfast. So cereal is another thing that they have really big variety of items. This one is my favorite, so I always make sure we have it from Trader Joe's because it is delicious. There's a hint of maple. It's not super strong. It's not super sweet and overpowering, which is good. There are pecans in this as well, and so it's really good. There are a couple more that we have in the pantry from time to time, but this is a staple, so highly recommend it. The other breakfast item that I wanted to mention are the oven toasted old-fashioned organic oats. So this is just simple oatmeal, literally the only ingredient, organic rolled oats. I like this oatmeal a lot, and I make sure to get it from Trader Joe's just because it thickens up really well. And I always make mine in the microwave. I'm a simple girl. Throw it in the microwave, throw some peanut butter and some berries with it. It's usually what I end up doing. The thing to note about Trader Joe's, they're notorious for not having the best cooking instructions. I tend to add a little bit less water than it tells me to. Also, that's a nice Trader Joe's tip. A lot of times their cooking instructions are not the best, so either look it up online or just test it out. Last thing that I wanted to show you. So, this one's a little bit of a treat. I figure in the future I'll probably do a video on kind of like my favorite indulgent items from Trader Joe's, but it is the Trader Joe's Cocoa Batons. So if you've ever had these types of cookies, They're really good. They're just like rolled little cookies with chocolate in the middle. What's special about the Trader Joe's ones, the cocoa in the middle is really soft, like more liquidy, almost has the texture of like, almost like frosting. It's totally not frosting though. It's definitely like chocolate, like it's just a creamier texture, which makes me very happy, and that's why I think they are super special, and I always make sure to have them in the pantry stocked as a little bit of a treat to have. I'll open one of these for you. I'm totally not opening it because, you know, I want one. This is for the purpose of, you know, sharing. So there are 12 cookies total in this container. This is a very nostalgic treat for me because I used to have these with my great-grandfather. When we were little, he used to always have them in a tin. Obviously not from Trader Joe's, but similar, and I will even say that these taste a little bit better, but they're nostalgic for me. So I will say a lot of times they come broken, which I think is just a result of it being creamier, but I will say, oh, this is perfect. This is a good shot. So that shows you how creamy it is in the center. So it's definitely not like your typical hard chocolate in the middle. It's definitely a creamier texture. So I highly recommend. This was the best video idea ever. I'm just snacking on all my favorite things. So I wanted to include that, a little indulgent, but why not? It's something I always have in the pantry, so it is a pantry favorite. So that is all I have for you today. These were my Trader Joe's pantry favorites. I'd love to hear what your favorites are from Trader Joe's. Be sure to comment them below. If you are new to Trader Joe's shopping, I recommend the cheeses, the nuts, the dried fruit, the cereals, the crackers, the snacks. Really, I think you just have to go and you just have to be open-minded and try out different things. Thanks for watching this Trader Joe's pantry favorites. I hope it was helpful. Take care. Favorite beverage, but I don't get it at Trader Joe's. Bye.